Alright! Hey, what is up, guys? It's me, Eddie, and I am back with another episode of Steins Gate, My Darling's Embrace. Actually, this is very loud. Let me lower the volume a little bit. Okay, that's better. Okay, so last episode, what happened was, this is where we left off last time. This is actually a second save. As you can see, the date is different. I did this just yesterday. I actually decided, after all, I will go back and play the Suzuha route first, because, like, everyone seems to very strongly recommend going for the, doing the Mayuri route last. So I put this on temporary hold. This is where the, based on the patterns of everything else, this is where Suzuha's save is gonna go, this is where Luca's save is gonna go, and this, my friend, is where Mayuri's save is gonna go. So, if I've done everything right, this should be it. This should be Suzuha's route. Is it? It's been a while. Oh, lordy. Okay. This time for sure, I'm going to press the button. Still loud. Okay. The world shakes. I lose my sense of balance and everything goes dark. Then, the distortion stops. Straying arch. Okay. Okay, I think this is the I think we're on the right route now. I know I was sitting in the other room before, but now I'm suddenly sitting on the sofa. I quickly look at my right wrist. It's gone. Number 12, the cause of all my problems up until now, has vanished without a trace. I did it. The D-mail worked. If I was just a little slower, I would have had to spend an entire night with Kurisu like that. An entire night attached to Kurisu, just thinking about it is exhausting. You did it in a previous run, Okabe, my friend. You did it in a previous run. Ah, after letting out a sigh of relief, I sink down into the sofa. Yup, I think we're here. The sudden voice coming from next to me causes me to jump in surprise.
Nani?
Suzuha!
バイト戦士いたのか。
ちょっと、何それ。さっきからずっと話しかけてたじゃん。
そうだったか。
そうだよ。あ、ってことはもしかして岡部倫太郎ってば今の私の話聞いてなかったの？
なあ。
すまん。
Honestly, Suzuha is just awesome.
何それ、ひどいな。
Aww. Suzuha mutters her complaints at me while I take a look around the room. It seems we're the only two people here. I could probably count on how many times Suzuha and I have been alone together on one hand. No big deal though.
それで一体何の話をしていたのだ？
だから橋田至の話だって。
Ah, okay, okay.
誰の？誰がまた変態行為でも働いたのか？
違うよ、そうじゃなくて。って待って、またってどういうこと？もしかして橋田至って今までにも何度かそういう変質者的な行為をしたことあるの？
Did you not know this? He's worse than me.
いや別に犯罪を犯したとかそういうわけじゃない。 あいつの場合、ちょっと普段の言動が残念だと、そういうことが言いたかったのだ。
言動が残念。なんだかよくわかんないけど、別に社会的に問題となるような行動をしたとか、そういうわけじゃないってこと？
なあ、あいつはただオタクなだけで、中身はヘタレだからな。その心配はいらない。
ヘタレか。
Suzuha goes quiet for a moment, but quickly flashes the usual smile at me.
オッケー、理解した。で、それでどうなの
Is that an ambulance outside? Whatever. Okay, got it. Anyways, anything else?
何がだ？
だからさっきも言ったじゃん。橋大太郎ってどんなやつか教えてほしいんだってば。
ああ、そういえばそうだったか。
Something about this seems fishy. Why is Suzuha suddenly so eager to learn more about Daru? Wait, could she actually like... Oh, lordy. No, that's impossible. There's no way anyone could ever feel that way about Daru. Dang, that's mean. Don't say that.
まあいい。そんなに聞きたければ教えてやろう。
本当？
あいつに関しては特に隠すほどのことはないからな。
That said, it's not like I know anything worthy of special mention either.
ダルは俺の My favorite light arm で
Oh my god.
セープーハッカーだ。
The English.
マイフェイバリット。
要するに俺の片腕であり凄腕のハッカーということだ。
Hell yeah.
つまり岡部倫太郎は橋大太郎を頼りにしてるってこと？
Yo, what is going on? Seems to be just sitting there. Doesn't seem to be moving. So he's someone you rely on, Okabe Rintaro. I nod firmly in response to Suzu's question. That's the cold hard truth. His skills in regard to computer knowledge and hacking is second to none. He isn't called a super hacker for nothing.
それで？
それでとは？
だから他には？
他には特にないな。
え？
Okabe, he doesn't know. Huh?
だから誰に関してその他は特に言うことはない。
Outside of what I mentioned, he's a hardcore otaku delving into a wide range of hobbies from manga to eroge. Daru's one of Ferris's biggest fans. Additionally, he also has an impossible number of waifus in the land beyond the screen. I feel attacked right now. But considering the fellowship we share as men, I decide to keep quiet on this. That being said, this is all pretty obvious to anyone who sees how he conducts himself on a day-to-day basis. Wow, I'm a lot better at masking this stuff then.
何それ？ひどいな。それでも友達？
友達ではない。強いて言うなら相棒といったところだ。
そんなのただの言葉遊びじゃん。
Exactly.
普通友達だったらもっといろいろと言うこといっぱいあるんじゃない？
そんなに聞きたければわざわざ俺に聞かずに本人に直接聞けばいいじゃないか。
直接って私が直に橋大太郎に聞くってこと？
それ以外に直接という言葉の意味があるか？
それはそうだけど、でもそんな私からだなんてなんか恥ずかしいし。
Her cheeks turn red as she looks down at her feet. It's rare to see Suzuha like this. Impossible. Could she actually like Daru? He doesn't know! Does he know? He doesn't know.
わかったよ。だったらそうしてみる。
The more I think about it, the more I feel like her reaction completely fits the bill. This could be very interesting. He doesn't know.
それからもう一つだけ聞いてもいいかな。
Oh lordy, is she gonna ask if he has like a girlfriend or something because she wants to know who her mom is?
なんだおすすめのデートコースなら俺に聞くだけ無駄だぞ。
はあ？そんなの言われなくても岡部倫太郎
に聞いたりしないよ。
いかにもそういうことに疎そうじゃん。
Damn! Ouch! Her tone is light, but that sure was a low blow. To make matters worse, it's not like she's wrong.
あのね、教えてほしいってのは他でもなくてさ、コミマってどんなところ？
Well, that was unexpected. Though I guess if she's interested in Daru, it makes sense to want to know more about Kamima.
それこそ誰に聞いてみればいい。
やっぱそうなるか。
I guess she read me like a book. Suzuho scratches her head, a troubled expression on her face.
まあ、それも聞きづらいというのであれば、まゆりにでも聞くのだな。
Oh.
そっか。椎名まゆりもコミマについて詳しいのか。
After saying this, Suzu's expression darkened slightly. Wait, does she not like Mayuri? I think about this for a moment. Mayuri is probably one of Daru's closest female friends. Oh my god. What if Suzu is jealous of her? That would explain the look on her face. No, she's probably just deep in thought, realistically speaking. If she really does like Daru, the puzzle pieces are all falling into place. Oh my god, he doesn't know.
わかった。じゃあそうしてみるよ。
何？いいのか？
なんで？彼女に聞けって言ったの岡部倫太郎じゃん。
それはそうだが。
Now that I think back on it, I've never sensed any sort of hostility between her and Mayuri.
まあいいや。それじゃあコミマについては椎名まゆりに聞いてみることにするね。
Suzuha smiles at me. She doesn't look like the kind of person who would be two-faced about this sort of thing. Which means I'm probably overthinking all of this.
じゃあ私帰るね。ありがとう。助かったよ、岡部倫太郎。
Aww. Suzuha's awesome. She and Ferris are like both the Dairies of the group, you know.
夏がいいバイト戦士よ。
Wait, actually, Mayuri kind of is too. Well, I don't know if I'd call Ferris a Dairy. Like, technically she fits the bill, but I wouldn't really say so. Because a Dairy is more than just... Actually, I'd leave Ferris out of it. I'd say Mayuri and Suzuha are like the Genki girls of the group. Suzuha waves her hand and tries to leave, but turns around when I call out to her.
俺からもお前に一つ言っておかねばならんことがある。
何？
お前はさっきからずっと俺を岡部と呼ぶが俺のマナーは
Okay, so it's
岡
just
部倫太郎
nonsense.
じゃ
Got
ない。
it.
おお、隠居はまだそれを忘れるな。
マナ。ほーいん。
Wait a sec, she comes from the world line where he didn't use that as his code name.
今日はまだ
わかったよ。それじゃあまたね、岡部倫太郎。
She didn't get it at all.
ねえねえ、オカリンオカリン。
Mayuri, aww. I was just walking down a main street in Akibar when some random person, apparently they wanted to kind of audition. Man, you're always getting stopped by people. Mayuri, aw, adorable. I'm spacing out of the lab after lunch when Mayuri starts talking to me. By the way, apparently the whole money problem we were having yesterday has been resolved. I only found out after I got to the lab today. The manager that Mayuri mentioned before had apparently purchased future gadget number 1. We probably should have been looking into selling the gadgets long ago, but hey, hindsight is 20/20, right? No, the lab isn't suddenly overflowing with cash, but at least that's one problem out of the way.
ねえオカリン、ダル君とスズさんって仲良しさんなのかな。
ダルとバイト戦士？なぜそんなことを聞くのだ？
Let me guess. She was asking you, why does it smell like a giant fart all of a sudden? Oh god. Why is today so weird?
ね、今日ここに来るとき、外でスズさんに会ったのよ。そしたらね、ダル君のことをいろいろ聞かれちゃったんだ。
ダルのこと？他に何か嫌味のようなことは言われなかったか？
嫌味？そんなの言われたりしてないよ。スズさんとってもいい人だもん。
そうか。
Then I guess my worries yesterday were completely unfounded. Considering she wasted no time asking Mayuri about Darius specifically, Amane Suzuha is clearly a woman of action.
ねえねえオカリン、もしかしてスズさんってダル君のこと好きなのかな。
Having the exact same thought. She doesn't know either.
何？マユリもそう思うか？
マユシもってことは、オカリンもそう思ったってこと？
俺も昨日バイト戦士にダルについていろいろと聞かれたからな。
そっか、オカリンも聞かれたんだ。でもマユシはなんだかちょっと違うような気もするのです。
Yeah, my Yuri's intuition never fails.
違う？違うとはどういうことだ？
My Yuri intuition.
確かにスズさんはダル君に興味があるっぽいんだけど、でもそれは男の子として気になってるって感じじゃなくて、もっと違う何かみたいな。
違う何かとは何だろう？
それはね、マユシーにもよくわからないの。ただなんか違うなって。
Ah, what the? Ah, God. Ah, hold on. There's a... Damn it. There's a fly on my leg. Not like a big fly, like a tiny little one, right? And I was about to catch it. I was like, oh, something's itchy on my leg. I look down, there's a fly on my leg. I'm about to catch it. And then all of a sudden, just as I'm about to catch it, it flies off into my face, bouncing off my cheek. And who knows where that thing went now. Why is today so weird? God damn it. I swear, I will catch that thing. Is it coming from downstairs? It might be. I mean, I could definitely smell food. Doesn't smell like a fart anymore. It smells like... Today is a weird day. I had a very good day, though. I had bagels for breakfast, and I just had a pudding. Coconut pudding. It was very tasty. Why am I telling this to you guys? Do you guys even care? No, you don't. That doesn't do much to clarify things. But if Mayuri thinks that's the case, she might be right. Mayuri, she's got that sixth sense. Her intuition has always been sharp as a knife.
そうそう、あとファミマのことも聞かれたんだけどね。もしかしたらスズさん、
俺も聞かれたが、アニメやゲームというよりはコミマがどんなものか知りたいといった感じだったぞ。
すずさんコスプレとかしないかな。してくれると嬉しいな。似合いそうなんだけどな。
She'd be pretty easy to convince, I'm gonna be real with you here. Seemingly out of nowhere, Mayuri is holding a cosplay magazine in her hands. Cosplay, huh? To be honest, Suzuha doesn't really seem the type.
このコストか、きっと似合うと思うんだけどな。
As I said, she wouldn't be too hard to convince. Mayuri points at a cosplayer dressed up as a character from a popular fighting game. I've never played it, but I always see that character on posters whenever I walk around Akihabara.
ま、聞いてみてもいいんじゃないか。
そうだよね。今からだったらまだコス作りも間に合うし、今度聞いてみることにするね。ありがとう、オカリン。
Well, I'm glad that's settled. Unfortunately, the problem of Daro and Suzuha still remains. What's she planning? Don't tell me she actually likes Daro. I hear a loud, surprised voice from outside the window. I'm pretty sure that was Daru. And he even said Suzuha's name. I look over at Mayuri, but she's totally engrossed in her cosplay magazine. I don't think she even heard the commotion. I leave Mayuri to her literature and rush to the window, my body half leaning outside. What he saw was as unexpected as it was breathtaking. Aww. In front of the Brontube workshop, it may be a low-traffic alley, but it's still in the middle of the day. There, of all things I expected, I certainly didn't expect to see Suzuha holding Daro in her arms.
Amaneshi, 僕
Daru's voice is trembling. Despite the distance, I can clearly see that Daru's completely frozen in place. He's just standing there like a pole. I can hardly blame him. I doubt he's ever experienced anything like this in his 20 years on this planet.
ごめん。つい。
The misunderstandings continue to... Suzuha steps away from Daru, finally noticing his reaction. She awkwardly scratches her head. Daru remains unchanged, still doing his best impersonation of a pole. Suzuha looks up, and just as our eyes are about to meet, I rush away from the window. As I return to the center of the room, my brain tries to piece together what just happened. Suzuha was hugging Daru. Daru had turned into a pole. What was that?
ねえねえ、オカリン、どうしたの？もしかして外で何かあったのかな？
The misunderstandings will continue to stack until morale improves. Mayuri notices my mild panic. Whoa! Dang! That's impressive! Mayuri notices my mild panic.
いや、それがな。
Should I tell Mayuri? I hesitate for a short while before the lab door quietly opens.
ああ、ダルくんだ。
Speak of the devil.
ダルくん、トゥットゥルー。ねえ、ダルくん聞いて。オカリンたらさっきから変なんだよ。ダルくん？
He looked like a doll, almost as though his soul had been sucked out of him. Daru doesn't reply to Mayuri, or react to her at all for that matter. He slowly walks into the lab. He's heading to the shower room.
おい、誰？来るなりシャワーでも浴びるつもりか？
He finally reacts to my yelling and turns around to face me.
じゃない。そこはシャワールームだぞ。お前はわざわざシャワーを浴びるためにここに来たのか？
After responding in a way that makes it unnecessarily hard to tell if he even understood what I said, Daru sits down on the nearby sofa.
ね しちゃったのかな。
Mayuri whispers to me, a look of concern on her face.
もしかして病気とかじゃないよね。
いや、その心配はないと思う。
本当？でも今までマユシーはあんなダル君を見たことないからすごく心配なのです。
I can hardly blame her. From her point of view, Daro's just sitting on the sofa like a zombie, blankly staring into space. Even an outsider would find it strange, much less Mayuri.
まあ、あれだ。大方、欲しかったエロゲが手に入らなくて呆然としてるとか、そんなところだろう。
I'm not gonna tell her the truth, are you?
だったらいいんだけど。
I glance at Daro.
あ
What happened? I know they're probably talking about something. He still looks like he's seen a ghost, stupefied on the sofa. Seriously, all it took was one hug from a cute girl to turn you into this mess? Pathetic, Daro, pathetic.
ーなあおかりん。
Daro finally opens his mouth to speak, his voice so low that only I can hear him. His eyes are still darting every which way. I guess he's not completely back to normal just yet.
どうしたダル？
あのさ、おにゃの子って柔らかいもんだって知ってた？
Oh. The voice files are fucked.
何？
やっぱさ、モテる男ってつらいよな。
I got goosebumps. This is real bad. He's completely lost it. Damn it, Suzuka, what have you done? No, wait a second. I'm struck with an epiphany. Did part-time warrior hug Daro on purpose, knowing that this would happen? Daro is my right-hand man, my favorite right arm, if I do say so myself. It'd be no exaggeration to say he's an extremely important part of this lab. Incapacitating Daro would deal considerable damage to our operations. Was this all a part of Suzuha's plan? But why would she need to do something like this in the first place? No, the answer to that question is obvious. She's a member of the organization! He doesn't know.
言っておくが、貴様の思うようにはいかんぞ。
Aww.
いきなり何？
しらばっくれても無駄だ。貴様は俺からダルという片腕を奪ったつもりかもしれんが、俺には全てお見通しだぞ。
Okay, so he's just spurting out, got it.
すべて？
Oh my god. Suzuha's expression suddenly changes. My suspicions have been confirmed. This is a misunderstanding route. I knew it! She's a member of the organization!
すべてって本当にすべてなの？
当然だ。俺に見通せぬことはない。
Okay, Okabe. If I was Suzuha, I'll say, okay, Okabe, explain everything then.
それじゃ私の父さんのことも？
Her dad? What's she talking about? Wait, this could be a ploy to confuse me.
お前はごまかしたつもりかもしれんが、この俺はそんな子供騙しの手には乗らんぞ。
別にごまかしてなんかいないって。
Having lost to my impeccable intuition, Suzuha smells awkwardly at me.
そっか。でもバレちゃったか。さすがだね。
貴様、ずいぶんあっさりと白状するのだな。
Sorry, water.
だってバレちゃったもんはしょうがないじゃん。
しょうがないで済むことなのか？
バレたら怒られちゃうかもね。
Mad? That's a rather light punishment for failing a mission. Wait, this is the organization we're talking about here. She probably knows full well what awful fate awaits her.
でも参ったな。さすがに大勢にバレるとまずいし、どうしようかな。
まあ俺も鬼ではない。貴様に 今から俺が言う条件が飲めるなら見逃してやらんこともない。
なになに、みんなには黙っててくれるの？
だから条件が飲めるならと言っているだろう。
条件？私にできること？
それはお前次第だ。
私次第か。もしかしてエッチなこととかじゃないよね。
Oh my god.
バカにするなこの法院教魔。
Oh
そ
my
のような
god.
言いわいな行為を交換条件にするほど愚かではないわ。
だよね、よかった。で、条件って何なの？
教えてほしいか。
Well, yeah.
うん、さすがにあんまり知られると私もまずいしね。
そうか、ならば教えてやろう。その条件とはズバリ、これから先ラボメンとして我がラボに尽くすことだ。
Wait, was she not already a member of the lab? If I can get Suzuha, a member of the organization, to join me, I'd be able to stay a few steps ahead of them at all times. In other words, she'd be a double agent. I'd use anyone and anything to accomplish my goals. That's how the mad scientist Hoin Kyoma does things.
尽くすって要するに忠誠を誓えってこと？
she's playing along. Or not playing
そ
along.
ういうことになるな。
It's like it's the difference between her and Ferris is that Ferris plays along because it's a game to her. Suzuha accidentally plays along because to her, like, all of Okabe's spurging is like what life was genuinely like for her, so she doesn't know any other way.
なるほど、そうきたか。
At the end of the day, I'm asking for her to betray her own people. I get that this isn't an easy thing to just agree on the fly, but she
いい
will.
わ。
何？
忠誠とかよくわかんないけど、要するに困った時に助け合えってことでしょ？
まあ簡単に言うとそういうことになるのか。
そっか、助け合いか。やっぱ父さんが言ってた通りだ。
Dad? Wait, didn't she say something along those lines earlier too? Does she have some sort of father complex?
そんじゃ改めてよろしくね、岡部倫太郎。
Suzuha extends her right hand. Her friendly attitude makes me reflexively respond in kind.
ああ
A loud voice erupts from behind me.
ちょっとオカリン、何やってんだよ。
I turn around to see an angry Daro by the building entrance, dashing towards me with the speed of something much smaller than he is. Oh, shit. Sure, Lukaku, I'll send you this mail anyways, despite the fact that I'm in the middle of a very tense situation right now. I can't believe how much energy he has. Wasn't he a zombie not too long ago?
どうしたダル、そんなに慌てて。
Daro grabs me by the sleeve and pulls me aside. He talks into my ear.
どうしたんじゃないよ。あんまり軽々しく天音氏に近づかないでくれる？
は？
なに？二人してそんな隅っこでコソコソしちゃって。もしかして聞かれたらまずい話でもしてるの？
あ、そんなことないない。
Oh my god. He doesn't get it. Daro doesn't know either. Daro sends me flying as he turns around. It's clear that he was trying to keep me away from Suzuha. I watched him for a while. Daro faces Suzuha the whole time, wiggling his big frame back and forth in a strange, almost hypnotic way. He keeps replying to her questions over and over again with answers that betray his inexperience with women. This might be a more serious illness than I thought. Of course. The next day, I discovered that Daro's illness had grown even worse. You might be right, but I don't think I could be an idol. Yeah, no, actually, that's a good point, Luke. I forgot.
バイトを増やす。
うん。まあそういうことだから。しばらくはここの手伝いもできなくなるけど勘弁。
Oh, oof, that sucks. As soon as he got to the lab, he broke the news to me. Daro's always worked a shady job, but now he's apparently adding a short-term one on top of that.
そうか。まあ、コミマもあることだし、金もいるのだろう。
He's not going to Kamima, is he? With our previous financial issues solved for the time being, things had quieted down. If he was going to be busy up until Kamima, I'd be fine with that. However, Daro's response was beyond anything I could have ever imagined.
コミマ？僕あんなとこもう卒業しちゃったよ。
何？
ダルくん、コミマ行かないの？
ごめんなまゆし。あそこはもう僕みたいなやつが行くところじゃないんだよね。
嘘。どうしちゃったの橋田。何か悪いものでも食べたの？
You and me both, Kurisu. How can I blame the two of them for being surprised? If there's one constant about Dara, it's that he'd never miss Kamima. It didn't matter if he had a fever, broken bones, or Tokyo itself was in flames. I can't speak for this world line, but I just know for a fact he said as much before in the previous one. But now he's saying the complete opposite. Of course people will be surprised. On top of that...
そもそもアニメとか2時とか言ってるとしてもないっしょ僕ら。
Hey, you're in an anime, bucko.
でさ、生身の人間相手だといろいろ入りようで大変なんだよ。例えばデートとかプレゼントとかさ。
He starts going on and on despite nobody having asked. Everyone's too shocked to reply or even form words at this point, though Dara hardly seems concerned with whether we're reacting or not.
まあオカリンもいつまでもシュタインなんちゃらとか期間とか中二病みたいなことを言ってると、マユシたちにまで見放されて悲惨なことになっちゃう。
Wow, suddenly a jackass.
そうなる前にいろいろと気づいた方がいいんじゃね？
And I know,
僕みたいに。
and I know this isn't Suzuha's fault. Like, Dara's doing this on his own. As we stand there dumbfounded for the however manyth time today, he gives a light salute with his index and middle finger before vanishing behind the development room curtain. Ugh, what's this indescribable feeling of humiliation boiling up inside of me?
ねえ、橋田どうしちゃったの？
The atmosphere is tense and awkward, but Kurisu is the first one to shake it off and speak. I don't blame her for asking that question. This change came out of nowhere. Even I'm shocked, and I saw what happened.
あのね、マユシーは知ってるよ。
本当？何？橋田に何があったの？
原因はね、多分すずさんなのです。
すずさんって、もしかしてあまねさんのこと？
なんかね、すずさんにプレゼントするんだって。
Suzuha, you should probably tell Dara the whole truth.
どうしてそう思うのだ？
It's true that Mayuri asked me yesterday if Suzuha likes Dara, but she shouldn't know anything about him being deceived by her. At least as of yesterday, she said her intuition was telling her that it wasn't the case.
それはね、ダルくんがそう言ってたからです。
誰が？
オカリンとクリスちゃんが来る前に。
I can totally picture him bragging about his accomplishment to Mayuri.
だけど、まさかコミマにも行かないって言い出すとは思わなかったからびっくりしちゃった。
私もびっくり。橋田って二次元にしか興味ないんだと思ってた。
Well, he also sent for Ferris, remember?
いや、あいつはそもそもフェイリスのファンでもあったしな。もともと二次元オンリーというわけではなかったのだが。
だけど橋田とあまねさんってちょっと意外な組み合わせね。いつから？
マユシーもあの二人はお似合いだって思ってたけど、やっぱり改めて聞かされると意外な感じはするかな。
でも今のところ別に付き合ってるってわけじゃないのか。橋田が一方的に好きってだけで。
あれ？でも今日のダルくんの話だとすずさんの方がダルくんを好きだっていう感じだったけど。
Wait, weren't they shocked speechless just a moment ago? They've already started gossiping about this like it's no big deal. Well, I mean, the shock's gone, and now they're just discussing possibilities. And I guess if we're talking about love, that's basically gossip. I, for one, can't accept this cruel reality. An email. Are you okay, Nya? Ferris hasn't seen you around these past few days. I'm worried you might have caught a cold or something, Nya.
やはり騙されているのだ。
Wait, what? To me? Oh, she accidentally sent one to Daru instead of... to me instead of Daru.
オカリン？
ダルはあのバイト戦士に騙されているのだ。
あんた何言い出すのよ。もしかして知った？
そうではない。俺は真実を言っているのだ。あいつは天音鈴葉に騙されている。いや、もしかしたら昨日抱き合った時にマインドコントロールでもされたのかもしれん。恐るべしは機関のやり方か。
We all know what mind control means. What? Yeah, what? Colts.
ちょっと何？抱き合ったって橋田と天音さんが？だったらやっぱり橋田の言ってることは本当ってことじゃない。
Yep.
だから違うのだ。あれは全て機関の差し金で。
オカリン、鳥のくらいって寂しいのはわかるけど、こういう時は素直に喜んであげるのが友達だとマユシーは思います。
I think the problem is he's kind of turning into a jackass. That's the thing. What's going on here? Why aren't they on my side? Perhaps the true enemy isn't the organization, but mainstream movement instead? Do these people look mainstream to you, Okabe?
こうしてはおれん。おい、ダル。
おま？
Before Kurisu could stop me, I stepped behind the curtains. Upon entering the room, I see Daru wearing headphones, excitedly grappling with a programming language of some kind. Is this a new job he mentioned? A part of me had hoped it was all an excuse to make time for more eroge, but clearly that isn't the case.
おい、ダル。
No response. He must be incredibly focused. Seeing him work so furiously for the first time makes me a bit reluctant to get in his way. But regardless, I yank his headphones off with everything I can muster.
ダル。
わ、オカリン、いきなり何すんのさ。
Ah, why does Okarin seem like a massive loser here, though?
話がある。
さっき言ったっしょ。僕バイト掛け持ちで忙しいから後にしてください。お願いします。
そんなことを言ってフェイリスはどうしたのだ。
I grabbed myself and pulled the email I received a minute ago, thrusting it in front of Daru's face.
何ですか。
ほら、フェイリスに心配している。
Daru stares at the screen of my cell phone. This should open his eyes, or at least it should have.
今は天音氏一筋なんだお。
This is hopeless. This illness of his has evolved into something potentially fatal. I mean, here's the thing. Technically, yeah, I feel like what Daru is doing is very unhealthy, but Okabe is definitely not motivated by good intentions himself, let's be honest here.
とにかくオカリンと違って僕は忙しいから。
Daru doesn't so much as glance at me as he puts his headphones back on, returning his attention to the computer screen. No, that's the thing. Like, technically, Okabe is right, because Daru's really turning into a jackass here, but Okabe, you really are doing this because he's aren't jealous, aren't you? But yeah, again, Okabe's technically right. Like, just because you got a new girlfriend doesn't mean that you have to abandon everything about you beforehand. Like, we know for a fact that Suzuha is not the sort of person to tell Dara to do that. Because she's not a bad person. Like, he's becoming toxic. That's the problem.
まったく何やってんだか。
ダメだよオカリ。
These two don't understand anything. It's Suzuha's fault that this is even happening. At this rate, Dara's just gonna look like a complete fool. If the right-hand man of Hoin Kyoma, mad scientist, and bringer of chaos is nothing but a fool, it'd make me the laughing stock of the world.
あれオカリ今度はどこ行くの？
ちょっと文句を言ってくる。
I'm going to make Suzuha take responsibility for her actions. I go outside and approach the Braun Tube workshop. Actually, didn't Mr. Braun say he was taking his daughter somewhere? Did their trip get cancelled? Whatever, that doesn't matter right now. I quietly approach the door from the side and peek inside, avoiding Mr. Braun's line of sight, and look to see if Suzuha is there.
ちょっとお客さん困りますね。
あ、
I hear a voice from behind me and literally jump up in surprise.
あのさ岡部倫太郎、そんなところからこそこそ覗いてるの、傍から見たらめちゃくちゃ怪しいよ。
仕方ないだろう。ミスター・ブラウンに見つからないようお前を探していたのだから。
探してた？もしかして私に何か用？
とにかくこっちに来い。
I pull Suzuha somewhere quiet.
どうしてくれるのだ。
いきなり何のこと？
しらばっくれるな、ダルのことだ。
ダルって橋田至のこと？
そうだ、お前のせいでダルがふぬけになってしまった。昨日も言っただろ。
何それ？昨日そんなこと一言も言われてないよ。
Wait, really? Oh. I guess I didn't actually mention Dara. I just told I wasn't going to let her win. Crap.
とにかくお前がいらぬちょっかいを出したせいでダルが大変なことになっているのだ。どうしてくれる？
ちょっと待って、私のせいってどういうこと？橋田至が大変ってどう大変なの？全然わかんないんだけど。
I have no choice. I tell Suzuha everything that's happened since yesterday.
というわけで、お前がダルに抱きついたりなんとするから、あいつは勘違いしてしまったのだ。
Okay, but here's the thing. What if she actually did like him? Like, yeah, we know from outside, but what if she actually did like him? I'm just saying.
嘘だ。岡部倫太郎嘘言ってるでしょ。そのくらいで勘違いとかしないって。
What do you mean? That's so easily misinterpretable.
嘘ではない。そもそもあいつは女に免疫がないのだ。あんなことをされればすぐに誤解してしまっても不思議はない。
Wait, how is that going to be interpreted as anything else?
でも免疫がないって言っても椎名真由里とか牧瀬クリスには普通に接してるじゃん。
Romantically speaking, no.
あいつはオタだがコミュ力がないわけではない。しかし普段の会話はできても過度なスキンシップには免疫がないのだ。そもそもお前はどうしてあいつに抱きついたりしたのだ。
探してた自転車のパーツをね、橋田至がネットのオークションで安く手に入れてくれたんだ。それで嬉しくなってつい。あ、でもそんなの単に挨拶みたいなもんじゃん。
挨拶でハグとか、お前は帰国子女か。
You could say something like that.
というかそんなことリアル帰国子女なクリスティーナでもやらんぞ。
でも家じゃしょっちゅうやってたよ。
うちで家族にやるのとはわけが違うだろうが。
He doesn't know.
だいたい お前にとっては挨拶みたいなものかもしれんが、ダルにとってはそうではなかったのだ。
Like I said before, it's all likely he's never received such affectionate physical contact from anyone but his mom. Okay, don't... Okay, that's... I mean, yeah, you're probably right, but that's just mean. Even after making my case, Suzuha groans like she doesn't believe me.
でもな。
でもも何も事実なのだから受け入れろ。
そうは言うけどさ。
とにかくだ。本気ならばいいが、からかっているならすぐにやめろ。わかったな。
だから私は別にからかってるつもりなんてないってば。
ではお前は誰のことを好きだとでも言うのか。
そりゃ好きだよ。
Oh my god! This is just the misunderstandings round.
何？
うん。でも恋愛感情とかそういうのじゃないよ。わかるでしょ？
No? Why would I already know that? Why would I know anything about this?
そもそもさ、橋田至が私にそういう感情を抱くはずないって。
Why? Suzuha, why do you assume that? Why?
しかし現にそうなりつつあるのだから仕方あるまい。
I don't understand why Suzuha thinks so hard to downplay his feelings, but what she thinks doesn't matter. It's what Daro feels that's important.
だいたいあのダルが楽しみにしているコミマにすら行かないと言い出したのだぞ。これは相当重症だと。
That was the loudest I've ever heard Suzuha yell.
ちょっと待って。今なんて言ったの？
Oh, it's cause her... Oh, it's because... Wait, Daro met his... Wait, Daro meets his wife at Kamima. She grabs me by the chest and sidles up next to me. What's going on? Why is she so panicked?
もしかして橋田至がコミマに行かないかもって今そう言ったの？
かもじゃなく行かないつもりなのだ。
なんで？
だからバイトをしてお前にプレゼントか何かをやるつもりらしい。
嘘。
Despite her calm demeanor from earlier, Suzuha has started to lose her cool.
そんなのそれ困る。まずいよ。
Yeah, your existence is at stake here. That's what I've been saying from the start.
私ちょっと話つけてくる。
え？あ、おい！
I follow Suzuha into the lab. There, I nearly crashed into someone on their way out.
ダル。
ちょっとオカリンひでえよ。
He complains to me the moment he sees me.
ひどい？一体何のことだ？
何しらばっくれてんだよ。バイトのことアマネ氏にバラしたんだろ。
Ah, this is a misunderstanding.
せっかく秘密にしといて驚かそうと思ってたのに台無しじゃん。
It looks like Suzuha told him everything. I peek inside the lab, and the look on her face is one of abject failure. I have no idea why Suzuha suddenly lost her cool, but dealing with Daro is my #1 priority. At this point, I just have to be straight with him.
なあダル、いい加減目を覚ましたらどうだ？
なんだよ目を覚ますって。何言ってんだよオカリン。意味不すぐる。
いいか、お前はあのバイト戦士に騙されているのだ。あいつはお前に対して特別な感情など抱いていない。
Oh, this is actually kind of infuriating.
しかも今度はアマネ氏の悪口っすか。しかも本人のいる前で。それさすがにひどくね？
Oh god, this is infuriating.
違う、悪口ではない。俺は。
いいよもう。僕オカリンがそんなやつだとは思わなかった。
I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, this reflects really badly on both of them. Like, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, I think it's... I really don't know. On one hand, Daro is, like, being a major jackass here. On the other hand, he's gotten a job, like, and he's trying to, like, get her something. So I guess that's kind of a plus. Okabe, he doesn't have pure intentions either. This really reflects badly on both of them, I'm just gonna say. Daro pushes me aside and walks to the door.
待てダル、 俺の話はまだ終わっていない。
僕はオカリンと話すことはない。話しても無駄だし、話したくもない。
I reach out to stop him, but only end up futilely grasping at the air. Dara leaves the building. He keeps his back to me as he leaves, not turning around even once. This might actually be really bad. This is really bad. When I look back at the room, Mayuri and Carissa are both giving me less than jovial looks.
岡部、いくらなんでもそれはないわ。
マユシも今のはちょっとひどいと思うのです。
違う。俺は誰のためを思ってたな。
You're really not, though. What else can I say? No matter how you slice it, I look like the villain here. Shit. I'm not the one at fault here.
どうしよう。
Suzuha staggers towards me slowly. She's the reason all this is happening, and yet she looks like someone who just found out the world was going to end. It is for her.
バイト戦士。
まずいことになっちゃったよ。どうしよう。
おい。
このままだと私は。
All we could do is watch as Suzuha leaves the lab, her face completely pale.
すずさん、どうしたのかな。
Oh, come on, why is everyone so stupid in this route? God damn it.
そう。
Oh my god, this actually makes my blood boil. She said something similar when she lost her cool earlier, too. Lost her cool something earlier, too. What's going on here? Either way, going by the way she broke down, this is a huge problem for her. Concerned, I decide to visit the Braun Tube workshop just before closing time. However...
帰った。
ああ、夕方前くらいか。どこかでサボってたかと思うと、戻ってくるなり早退だとよ。たく、最近の若えのは仕事ってのを舐めてやがる。おい、今度おめえからも一言言っといてくれ。
はあ。
The day ended before I could find out what happened to Suzuha. The next day... Ayokado? The next day, Suzuha's bike is nowhere to be found. She didn't come to work. I wanted to ask her about what happened yesterday, but given her mental state, she probably decided to take the day off. I'll try emailing her later. Entering the lab, I'm met with an unexpected welcome.
ああ、オカリン。
It's Daru. Considering what happened yesterday, I figured he wouldn't be dropping by today. Impressively, that wasn't the only thing that caught me off guard.
昨日はひどいこと言って悪かったよ。さあさん。
For some reason, Daru's the one apologizing. I'd assumed he didn't even want to talk to me. This is all happening so fast that it kind of feels unreal, anticlimactic even. However, Daru would then follow up his apology with yet another surprise.
いやー、考えてみればモテないオカリンが僕にジェラっちゃうのも仕方ない話だったんだよ。そこんとこに思い当たらなくて勝手に怒っちゃってほんとごめん。
Yeah.
僕が大人げなかった。
See, Daru's being... I'd like to say Daru's being delusional, but technically speaking, if a girl hugs you, then yeah, what the hell did you expect? Daru, honestly, this is a very reasonable thing for Daru to say. Like, yeah, it's kind of a stinger, but... I mean, this... Yeah, it's not exactly the best apology, but like, you know what? This is workable. This is doable. Where to get off that high horse? I couldn't care less about being popular with the ladies, but I still couldn't help at him being annoyed hearing that from him of all people.
でも大丈夫。オカリンだってきっとそのうちオカリンのこと好きだって言ってくれるおにゃの子が現れるって。まあその時が来たら遠慮なく僕に相談してくれてもいいんだぜ。
I could see his eyes victoriously watching me from behind his glasses. He's so deep in his own misunderstanding, there's no turning back. This is bad, I have to do something fast.
なあダルよ
I opened my mouth to speak, but ended up stopping myself. Whatever I say to Dara is just going to lead to a repeat of yesterday's events. That'll just make this whole situation hard to deal with. Not to mention, if Dara keeps going down this path, eventually reality is going to come crashing down on him, one way or the other. Now, here's the thing, if I was Okabe, right, and I don't know anything about the reality of Suzuha, why wouldn't you just let this go on? Like, you know, fuck around, find out, right? Oopsies. Not to, yeah, just fuck around. Dar would be in a bad place for a while, but I'm sure he'd bounce back. He'd be back to his own ways in no time, rambling about his favorite 2D waifus. I just have to endure this whole farce until then. True, this definitely deals a blow to the lab's overall productivity, for a time being. Okay, so he's got the same idea as me, but it's a fair compromise. It's certainly better than making him angry and things getting worse. Hell, putting the organization aside, who knows, things could work out exactly the way Dara wants them to. Suzu had said yesterday that she likes him. Sure, maybe not romantically, but there's always a chance of her feelings changing. Again, this is like a reasonable... This is very reasonable, Okabe. This is very reasonable. After having some thought into it, I feel more strongly than ever that I should just let things be. But to be honest, there's just a part of me that just doesn't want to think about this anymore.
どうしたんオカリン？あ、もしかして早速僕に相談とか？
Just wish him luck.
いやなんでもない
まあいいや。そういうわけだから昨日言ったみたくしばらくの間は僕バイトの方が忙しくなるからそこんとこよろしく。
Dara once again does his two-finger salute before trotting off to seclude himself in the development room. I'll just leave Dara to his business. The bigger issue is... I hear my cell phone ringtone go off, signifying that I got a new email. The sender is Suzuha. I kinda need your advice on something. Can you come downstairs? That's right. The problem is Suzuha, not Daru. She was acting completely out of character yesterday. It's clear that something's going on. Yes, Suzuha might be a member of the organization. I'm sure some would think of me a fool to even consider helping her. But she's also a lab mem now. Didn't we just promise her that we'd have each other's backs? I need to keep that promise. That's what a truly righteous person would do. And that is precisely the kind of man that I am. Furthermore, if I show her how kind of understanding I am, the part-time warrior will feel indebted to me. That would be very useful down the line. I'd have an overwhelming advantage against the organization. Bwahaha! I read Suzuha's email once more. She wants me to come down, which means she's probably at the Brontube workshop. I guess she got here right after I did. I do as I told and I walk down the stairs towards the workshop. There's a bicycle in front of the building that wasn't there earlier. Confirmation that Suzuha did come. Just to be careful, I peek into the store from the side. I know for a fact I haven't made a ruckus lately, but I'd still prefer to avoid Mr. Bond if possible. It's actually a disaster in here. You've got the windows open now, but whew, durians are scary, Nya. I feel like that would have happened either way, since he said, don't put avocados in the... My eyes meet with Suzuha's. She stands up happily, rushes over to me, and grabs my arm.
よかった来てくれたんだねさ入って入って
She's acting like this is her own house.
念のために聞くがミスター・ブラウンは
今はいないよだから早く
Why does it sound weirdly... Never mind. I let myself get dragged into the shop. This whole thing makes me feel like we're involved in some scandalous... Yeah, exactly my thoughts. As the name suggests, the Brontube Workshop is a bizarre shop filled with Brontube TVs. With society clamoring over the latest digital fads these days, I can't imagine there are too many places like this left.
あのさどうしたらいいと思う
Stop vague posting! She's not even posting, vague talking. You know those people, those assholes that are like, oh man, something, something, something. It's like, oh, only if you knew how bad things really were. She asked a question, no context whatsoever.
何をだ？
だから橋田至のことだよ。橋田至がその私のこと好きとか。
別にいいのではないか？
Doesn't know.
何言ってんの？相手は橋田至だよ。
Don't say.
いいわけないじゃん。無理、絶対ダメだって。
Okay. You make it sound really cruel. I'm honestly starting to feel bad for Dara. Yeah, same.
しかしお前、昨日までは誰が自分を好きになるなんてありえないとあれだけ言ってたではないか。
Yeah, I feel bad for him too. I mean, yeah, I know why Suzu is saying that, but come on.
だって思わないじゃん、普通。
I feel like I'm missing something. I have no idea what she means by normal. Exact Suzuha, just tell them the truth.
とにかくコミマに行かないってのは問題だよ。
はあ？それがそんなに大事なことなのか？
うん、問題も問題。それこそ命に関わるくらいの大問題。
Just go tell him yourself then. I'm even more confused than before.
私がいなくなればいいだけかもしんないけど、でもこのまま放っておいて帰るわけにもいかないし。
帰る？なんだお前、盆に実家にでも帰るのか？
そうじゃないよ。元の時間に帰れないってこと。
ああ、なんだそういうことか。
Oh my god.
どうしよう。ね、どうしたらいいと思う？
Oh, the misunderstandings route.
そうだな。ここはひとまず
Just be honest with him. Hmm? Wait. Did she casually just drop something super crazy? Something about her original time?
ちょっと話を途中でやめないでよ。今ここで私が頼りにできるのは岡部倫太郎しかいないんだからさ。
その前に一つ聞いてもいいか？
何？
元の時間とはどういうことだ？
どういうことって、だから私が元いた時間ってことじゃん。
Again with the vague boasting. What part of this is obvious?
あれ？だって岡部倫太郎知ってるんだよね。だってこの前全部わかったって言ってたし。
No, he hasn't.
知ってるとは何をだ？
だから私が未来から来た人間だって。
What?
未来から来ただと？
The future. She means the future as in the time beyond the present yet to come, right?
つまり何か？お前は未来人だとでも言うのか？
言うのかって、あれ？待って！岡部倫太郎知ってたんじゃないの？知ってたからあの時ああ言ったんじゃん。
Oh, finally! She's from the future? This young lady in front of me is a time traveler.
本当か？お前本当に未来から来た人間なのか？
嘘。その様子本当に知らなかった？でも嘘。それじゃあどうしよう。私ったら自分から未来から来たってバラしちゃった。
Suzu's from the future. There was a character like this in an anime that Mayuri and Dara were really into a little while ago. It was actually pretty cool, but that's beside the point. I always figured it was just another one of those made-up stories. I never imagined that I'd hear a real person say the same thing.
失敗しちゃったよ。
The alleged time-traveling girl writhes in agony before my very eyes.
まさか岡部倫太郎が私の正体に気づいてなかったとは。全てお見通しだとか言うから、私ってばてっきり知ってるもんだと思っちゃってたよ。
自分から言うと何かまずいことでもあるのか？
あるある、大あり。タイムトラベルするときは自ら未来の人間だって明かしちゃいけないことになってるんだ。
That makes sense. If humanity's gained the ability to time travel, there must be a whole lot of folks who time travel back to the past. If there weren't any, that would mean that regardless of her scientific achievements as a race, building a time machine is impossible. People have been saying that for years, in which case it makes sense for there to be a rule in place about revealing your identity. That being said,
さっきの話だと一昨日の段階でお前は俺にバレたと思ったのだろう。それにしてはあの時随分とあっさりしていたじゃないか。
だってあれは自分でバラしたわけじゃないもん。
なんだそれは。自分からバラしたんじゃなければバレてもいいのか。
いいってわけじゃないけど、でもその時はしょうがないじゃん。
it happens. I'm finding it hard to take this all seriously.
それにあの時は相手が岡部倫太郎だったから。で、あれ？考えてみれば今回もバレたのって岡部倫太郎なんだからいいのかな。
Yeah!
待て、なんで俺だと構わないのだ。
だってそれはダメダメ、さすがにこれ以上は言っちゃダメ。
This is exceedingly suspicious. She's leaving out way too many details. Is she really from the future? Is this all just one big ruse?
おい、
何？
Can't you just intuit, like, what she's getting at here?
お前本当に未来からやってきたのか。
それはここでこう言っちゃうのも問題なんだろうけど、今は協力してもらえる人が欲しいし。本当だよ。私は2036年からこの2010年にやってきた正真正銘の未来人だよ。
Honest to goodness, eh?
では聞くが、未来からやってきたという証明はあるのか。
証明か。一応あるにはあるけど。
She starts fumbling for a bit before she pulls the pendant out of her collar and shows it to me.
なんだこれは。
だから身分証明。このペンダントトップがチップになってて身分証明になってるの。
Unfortunately, I have no way of verifying that.
他には一応 DNA 登録されてるから髪の毛とか調べてもらえばそれも証明になるんだけど。あ、そうだ、ジョン・タイターって知ってる？
知ってるも何も、それこそ未来からやってきたと
She's
言ってい
gonna
る
drop
人
the
間では
fact,
ない
isn't
か。
she?
それ、あたし。
Anashi?
この時代に来る前に一度2000年に飛んだんだけど、その時に私が語ったのがジョン・タイターなの。
Seriously? Even among enthusiasts, there are few who know of John Titor. That she knows his name at all means she's at least well-read. But that also makes her look that much more suspicious.
待て、となると未来がディストピアになっているというのは本当なのか。
何それ？
そうか、知らないか。ということはやはりお前は未来人ではないな。
なんでそうなるのさ。
なぜなら以前にジョン・タイターがアットチャンネルに降臨した時、そんな話をしていたのだ。
Descended. Ah, okay. John Titor was from 2036. He spoke of a dystopia where there is no shred of privacy, a system of absolute control ruling over every aspect of human life.
それを知らないということは、お前はジョン・タイターではないということだ。つまりお前は未来人を語った単なるバイト選手ということになる。
そう言われてもな。私が2036年からやってきたっていうのは事実だしな。
Really not good at making your own argument here, are you, Suzuha?
そうは言っても証明するものが何もないならどうしようもあるまい。
証明か。確かに自分が未来から来たってことを証明するのって結構大変かも。どうしよう。証拠。
Fabricating evidence isn't exactly easy when you're on the spot like this. And anyway, if she's trying to trick me, there's no point in listening to more of her nonsense. I should just end this and return to the lab.
証拠ね。証拠。
おい、話はそれだけだな。ならば俺はそろそろ。
そっか、あれがあるじゃん。ね、岡部倫太郎。
Suzu's expression brightens and she turns to face me.
来て。
Oh, she's gonna show you the time machine, isn't she?
何？
証明してあげる。私が未来から来たってこと？ほら。
Before I can respond, Suzuha grabs my hand and starts running.
おい！
Is it okay for her to leave the store empty like this? Oh. Is it just me, or does this feel a lot shorter than the other route?
待て、もうちょっとゆっくり。
How much stamina is this girl packing? We've been running since we left the lab, but she's not even a little out of breath. This is a duplicate of this. So... I feel like I'm allowed to do this. We've been running since we left the lab, but she's not even a little out of breath.
もう、だらしないの。
俺は頭脳派なのだ。マッドサイエンティストに体力は必要ない。
It doesn't hurt, though. Daro would already be dead if he was in my position. Yeah, come on. Being pure nerds and pure jocks is so 90s. You gotta be both. That's how you really win these days.
しっかりしてよね。私が頼りにできるの岡部倫太郎だけなんだから。
Suzu finally stops running and lets go of my hand. Any ordinary man would probably be delighted to hear those words, but I'm not so easily won over. To be honest, I'm too tired to care.
どこへ連れて行くつもりか知らんが、とにかくちょっとだけ休憩だ。
もうちょっとだけ我慢してよ。もうすぐだから。
何？ということはこの近くなのか？
This is the front of Akihabara Station. What kind of proof could she possibly have here?
近くっていうか、ほら、あそこ。
Suzu points her finger straight ahead. She's pointing at... Not only did I not get my break, but I'm being forced to climb stairs.
ほら、頑張れ。もう少しだから。
Apparently I still got a ways to go. But up ahead is...
ここだよ。
これは
I've seen this view before. That's right. It was the day I first met Kurisu. I saw the same thing right here. Kurisu would then be stabbed shortly after. Or at least that's what I thought. As luck would have it, she was still alive and kicking. Actually, yeah, where does this diverge from the original Steins Gate story? In that world line, this strange artificial satellite has smashed into the side of the building. But this is odd. My D-mail should have erased it from existence. And yet here it is. Why is Suzuha showing this to me? I guess the answer is obvious. She wants to use it to prove that she's from the future. And if that's the case...
まさかこれは人工衛星ではなくタイムマシンか。
正解。さすが察しがいいね。というわけで、ここまで見せたんだから、私に力を貸してよね、オカリンおじさん。
Did she just call me uncle?
ちょっと待って、誰がおじさんだ？俺とお前ではほとんど年齢は変わらんだろう。
ああ、確かに2010年だと同い年かも。でも 私にとっては岡部倫太郎って言えばどうしてもオカリンおじさんなんだよね。
She said she's from the year 2036. That's about 26 years from now. We are closer to 2036 than we are to 2010. Where has time gone? If she came from that far into the future and she's calling me uncle, then she...
もしかしてお前、未来での俺たちのことを知っているのか？
うん、知ってるよ。だって私の本名は橋田鈴葉だからね。
橋田鈴葉。
Hashida Suzuha. Hashida...
お前まさか誰の？
そう、私の父さんは橋田至。オカリンおじさんの右腕の橋田至だよ。とまあ、私の話はこんな感じ。どう？信じてくれた
？After listening to Suzuha's explanation, I could barely make weird noises, never mind nod my head.
つまり2036年にはタイムマシンが開発されてはいるのだが、知られているのはごく一部の間にだけというわけなのだな。
そういうこと。
しかしなぜそのごくわずかな人間にしか知られていないタイムマシンをお前が使えるのだ？
それはまあコネとかいろいろあるんだよ。いろいろ。
What baloney? No matter how many connections she has, nobody would let a young woman like her use a time machine.
ごめんね。本当は詳しいことをいろいろと話したいんだけど、話しちゃうとまずいことになるんだよね。
そりゃそうだろうな。仮にお前の言うことが本当なら、今の時点で十分にまずいことになってると思うぞ。
だよね。
She agrees but wears a thoughtless smile on her face. It's not even clear she realizes what she's done or not.
それでこのタイムマシンを詳しく見せてもらうわけにはいかんのか？
それもごめん。私たちの時代の技術を過去に持ってくのは禁止されてるんだ。
Okay, that makes plenty of sense. Though I suppose what I think doesn't really matter. I take a moment to go over Suzuha's story. There are a few key points of interest. Suzuha comes from the year 2036. Her father is Hashida Suzuha, or Hashida Aitaru, aka Daru. She's currently a member of some organization as their permission to use said time machine. She came here to obtain a relic of the Sarah. Apparently it's something that can't be obtained 26 years from now.
この時代にしかない遺産とは何だ？
例えば5インチフロッピーとか MO とかそういうものを未来で動かせるマシンってほとんど残ってないんだよね。
Wait, why not?
でも中には重要なデータが残ってたりもするわけで、そういうものを過去に戻って採集してくるのが私たちの役目なんだ。
Okay, that explains a lot. Magneto-optical and 5-inch floppy disks. Those forms of physical media are already considered relics in this time period, and they're not the only ones. Things like VCRs, cassette tapes, and digital audio tapes aren't going to be around much longer either. Oh, they're not around anymore for us. God. I guess if you want to analyze that kind of media, it'd probably be easier to just come to the past and get what you really need, rather than try and find stuff that still works in the future. Or you could just make entirely new ones. Isn't that possible? Like, the technology's not being lost. You know there's a CRT renaissance, like, fairly recently. We still have harpsichords. I was literally watching a video a couple days ago about someone playing a brand new harpsichord. You know, harpsichords, the things that pianos replaced? Harpsichords still exist. You could totally make new ones. There were ones made in like the 70s, yeah, which is pretty old, but it's not like the technology's not lost. You could just make it. Just no one chooses to it's just that no one chooses to make it because why would they?
まあもちろんそれだけじゃないんだけどね。他はいろいろ禁則事項だから勘弁してもらうとして。どう？分かってくれた？
まあ疑問はいろいろと残っているが、100歩譲ってそこは納得したことにしよう。問題はだ。 なぜその未来から来たお前がわざわざブラウン管工房なんぞという妙なところでバイトを始めて、さらには俺たちと接触することになったのかということだ。
ああ、それには深いわけがあるんだな。
深いわけ？
Considering she was willing to put her mission on the line, it must be something incredibly important.
それが実はね、お金落としちゃった。
What?
なんだと？
だからね、1975年からずっとリストアップされたものを買って回ってたんだけど、最後の2010年の段階になって持ってたお金落としちゃってさ。
And why did you not know about this? Do you not have a history book?
そんで仕方なく、いや参っちゃうよね。
Why did you make those? This girl, she's a complete idiot.
あれ、どうしたのオカリンおじさん。もしかしてここまで走ってきたせいで疲れちゃった？
違う、呆れているだけだ。
Yeah.
そもそも金がなくなったなら未来へ帰ればいいだろ。
それはそうなんだけどさ、そうしたらさすがに怒られるじゃない？
She deserves more than a scolding for the trouble she's caused.
なんてね。今のも理由の一つではあるんだけど、本当はもう一つ別に大きな理由があってさ。
It's because your time machine's damaged. Another big reason. She could have just said that from the start. Suzu's expression grows serious. There's no two ways about it. Whatever she's about to say, it's a big deal. I unconsciously adjust my posture.
で、その理由とは何だ？
それはね、
Suzuha leans in close and whispers to me. I naturally start whispering too.
それは？
父さんと母さんの出会いをこの目で見てみたかったんだ。
アホか！
We're right back to where we started.
めちゃくちゃ個人的な理由ではないか。そんな理由で数日間過去にとどまるなんてことが許されるわけがなかろう。
許されるもん。
何？
オカリンおじさんは知らないからそんな風に言えるんだよ。さっきは軽く言っちゃったけど、今私がやってるような仕事に就くのって本当はすっごく大変なんだよ。コネとか運とかそんなのだけでなれる職業じゃないんだよ。だから私たちにはそのご褒美として好きな時代に一定期間だけ滞在することが特例として認められてるの。で、私は子供の頃母親から何度もしつこいくらいに聞かされてた父親とのドラマチックな出会いっていうのを一目見てみたいと思ってここに滞在してたってわけ。
どうにも取ってつけたような話で信じがたいな。
Any normal person would think she was off her rockers after hearing a story like that. Hell, that's what I was thinking up until a few moments ago. But no matter how unbelievable her story is, the simple reality is that there is a time machine right here before my very eyes. I've been carefully looking it over, even touching it. Something like this couldn't be built in a matter of days, not even out of paper mache.
そうは言っても本当なんだからしょうがないじゃん。だいたい事実ってのはそんなものだよ。そりゃ本当ならここでオカリンおじさんをこの子に乗せてどこか別の時代にでも行けばいいんだろうけどさ。
Suzuha, you did that
さ
in...
すがにそれはできないし。
Suzuha, you did that in another timeline, though.
だから私がオカリンおじさんに言えるのは信じてってお願いすることだけなんだよね。
Suzuha quietly begs me, her hands held together in front of her face.
ねえ、お願い。私のことを信じて。そしてね
Oopsies.
え、お願い。私のことを信じて。そして私に力を貸して。
Okay.
ダメ？やっぱり信じてもらえない？
問題はだ。
うんうん。
例えば 100歩譲ってお前が未来からやってきたということを信じたとする。
信じてくれるの？だったら協力してくれる？
Suzuha suddenly bends forward towards me. I reflexively pull back.
待て、慌てるな。話は途中だ。いいか、100歩譲ってだ。そこの部分は信じたとしよう。しかし俺にはどうしても信じられんことがある。それはお前がダルの娘だということ。
Oh, another weird file. That's the most ridiculous part of all of this. No matter how hard I rack my brain, that bit seems more unbelievable than even her time travel story. God damn, Okabe, that's cruel. Don't say that.
なんで？確かに見た目はあんまり似てないけど、そんな疑われるようなことかな。
では聞かせてもらうが、お前にも母親がいるのだろう。出会いを見に来たというからには、まさか木の股から生まれてきたというわけではあるまい。
当たり前じゃん。元の時代に戻ったらちゃんと母さんだっているよ。
そこが信じられんのだ。あのダルがだぞ。結婚するなどということがそもそも考えられんことなのだ。
Damn, Okabe, that's cruel.
ひどいな。友達でしょ？普通そこまで言う？
友達だからこそ言うのだ。
Damn. True, Dara and I haven't known each other for that long. But while our time has been short, I like to think that I understand him, which is why I must repeat myself. Dara got married and had a kid? Impossible.
やはりどう考えても信じられん。そもそもお前の名前からしておかしいじゃないか。ダルの娘ならばなぜ橋田ではないのだ。
だから本名は橋田だって言ったじゃん。さすがに同じ名字で接触するわけにはいかないでしょ。だからアマネは母親の旧姓。
I once again peered the so-called time machine. No matter how many times I try to piece it together in my head, it all seems impossible. That said, there's no reason for her to lie about any of this. She has nothing to gain.
どう？私の話信じてくれる？
そうだな。
We're just going to keep going in circles, so let's just go with that for now.
やった！よかった！やっと信じてもらえた！
Suzuha stretches out with all her might, as though a huge burden has been lifted from her shoulders. Her slender silhouette stands out against the blue sky. If she's really Daro's daughter, she must mainly take after her mother.
なんかほっとしたらお腹空いちゃったな。ねえ、せっかくだから何か食べに行かない？
Suzuha, I think you're forgetting something. Daro still has a crush on you, first off. And second off, you're about to not exist soon. So, you should probably fix that, don't you think so?
おい待て。
何？あ、別におごってくれだなんて言わないから安心してよ。
そうではない。お前何か忘れてはいないか？
何か？なんだろう。
お前は俺に何か協力して欲しかったんじゃないのか？
She's quite the scatterbrain.
そうだった。ね、助けて、オカリンおじさん。このままじゃ私。
分かっている。もう大方の想像はついている。要するにダルの目を覚ましてくれと言いたいのだろう。
嘘。なんでわかったの？
そんなもの今までの話を総合すれば大体わかる。
The reason she didn't think Dara could ever fall in love with her is because she's his daughter. But naturally, Dara has no idea that's the case. Suzuha just wants to show affection to her father, but her actions ended up creating a huge misunderstanding. The one suffering the most here is Suzuha, and not just that, she's about to not exist. Having your own flesh and blood father fall in love with you just doesn't strike me as something you can get over. But hell, if that was the only problem here, this would be a cakewalk. Unfortunately, it's not. this whole ordeal might result in her not ever being born at all. Suzuha won't ever be able to rest easy until she knows that Daro snaps back to normal. But still,
思うのだが特に気にする必要はないんじゃない
she's about to drop the banger.
そんな冷たいこと言わないでさ。
別に冷たいことを言っているのではない。お前が未来に帰ってしまえば全て済む話なのではない。
I mean, to be fair, I'm speaking this with the knowledge of the lore. But Okabe, remember why she was so panicked at that? And not just that, she literally said she's here to see her mom and dad fall in love. So it should be implied that they're about to meet fairly soon. If Suzuha went home, she'd no longer exist in the present. So no matter how much Dara wanted to see her, it'd be impossible. She wouldn't even be born yet. The only reason he'd fallen so hard for Suzuha is because she hugged him. He used to be all about Ferris up until then. Given the little time, I'm certain he'd moved on.
まあその場合両親の馴れ初めを自分の目で見るという目的は達成されなくなってしまうが背に腹は変えられんだろう。
ところが困ったことにそうもいかないんだよね。
なぜだ
The time margins are...
お前さえ未来に帰ればいずれ誰はお前のことを忘れやがて出会うであろう母親と出会い結婚して子供を設ける。
The problem is, the time margins are too slim here. He doesn't have enough time to snap back to normal.
何も問題ないではないか。
それがさ、実はね、うちの父さんと母さんが出会った人場所っていうのが特殊なところでね。
Kamima, come on.
特殊なところ？
コミマなんだよね。その2010年夏の
Kamima in the summer of 2010? That's...
もう1週間もないではないか。
そうなんだよ。だから困ってるんだってば。
She has no margin for error. This is one hell of a pinch. Even if Suzuha vanished right this moment, Dara would still need more than a few days to get over her. We've all seen how serious about he is. If we don't tread carefully, it's entirely possible that he'll do more than just miss Kamima as he tries to deal with his broken heart. It'd be one thing if we knew for a fact that Dara would be able to still go to the event, but since we don't, Suzuha can't afford to not be here. No, wait a minute.
何？父さんと母さんを出会わせる何かいいアイ
This
デア
is
に思い
literally
ついた？
this is literally gender back to the future.
そうではない。
Well,
ジョン・タイターの話だと世界はアトラクタフィールドによって成り立っているのではなかったか？
well, not exactly, since Doc Brown equivalent here is Okabe, and he's still a guy. Anyways. Also, I have a feeling this is that something's gonna happen between Suzuha and Okabe. Because, you know. But then again, I feel like what's interesting about all of these routes is that none of them actually seem to, like, involve the two of them, properly getting together. That's what I find so weird here. Like, it's called My Darling's Embrace, but I've never seen them actually properly hook up. Basically, even if one were to go back in time and do something differently, the world lines would recorrect and arrive at the same converging point no matter what. In other words, even if Dara and Suzuha's future mother don't meet now, the two will eventually meet, marry, and give birth to her. That's their fate, problem solved, right?
確かにそうかもしれないけど、それもやっぱり 100% そうなるって確証があるわけじゃないじゃん。そんな確実性のない可能性に自分の生死をかけるのはちょっとさ。
I can understand that. Even a well-established theory about something can't be proven correct until it happens in reality. And in this case, being wrong would prove fatal.
ね、そういうことだから、オカリンおじさんには私の父さんと母さんが無事に出会えるよう協力してほしいの。
This is going to be a serious pain, but with Dara's future on the line, I can't just say no. Also,
要はダルの目を覚まさせお前の母親とコミまで出会えるように仕向ければいいのだな。
協力してくれるの？
Suzuha's much more careless than I initially thought. I might be able to get her to spill some detailed information about the time machine while we work together. I can't let this chance pass me by.
よかろう。親友であるダルとその娘のためだ。この俺の頭脳をお前に貸してやる。本当だ。
She suddenly hugs me.
待て、ただし一つだけ条件がある。
何でも言って。オカリンおじさんが力を貸してくれるなら私何でもするから。
それだ、今すぐそれをやめてもらおう。
それって
だから俺のことをおじさんと呼ぶその行為だ。
ああ、そっか。もともと私の中ではオカリンおじさんだからつい。ね、ごめん。
それから
まだあるの？一つって言ったじゃん。
Stop hugging people.
そのつもりだったが、たった今もう一つ増えたのだ。
増えた？
今すぐ離れろ。すぐにだ。まったく、それが誰の誤解を招いたということがまだ分かってないようだな。
いや、面目ない。嬉しくてつい。
Huh. She might not be as thin as she looks.
それじゃあ改めてよろしくお願いします。オカリンおじじゃなくて岡部倫太郎。
よし、分かった。ではこれよりオペレーションシェブンを発動する。
Name of a god. Huh. Oh! That's actually really fitting.
あーってなんかよくわかんないけど。
Yeah! And so began our grand plan to play Cupid for Daro and Suzuha's mother. I never thought the day would come when I'd be playing Cupid for someone. And on top of that...
不覚にも自分に恋してしまった親が本来結ばれるべき相
Wait,
手
is
と
he-
うまくいくよう奔走する。
Is he actually gonna mention Back to the Future? Or like whatever the copyright-free version of that is?
何どうしたの？
He's gonna say it.
いや、なんでもない。ただ、
ただ
そんな内容の映画が
He's saying it. He's actually saying it. Oh my god. Okay, I think that's a decent place to end off here. Okay, so what did we learn? Don't randomly hug people. They might misunderstand. Yeah, I think that's a good lesson. Anyways. Okay, yeah, again, I am so sorry about, well, actually, I shouldn't be because it's not my fault. I'm sorry about the kind of detour to everyone who's there for the last stream. The original episode 10. That will be episode 14, I think. It's gonna drop later. Anyways. I hope you all enjoyed that, folks. If you did, please leave a like, a subscribe, and comment down below. But yeah, that's gonna air in like a couple weeks. Re-air, I guess. Once I finish the Suzuha route, the Luca route, and then yes, the Mayuri route will start sometime. Will re-air and also end sometime in very early April. Or actually, it might be late March. Very late, like towards the end of March. I'll have to check the dates again, whatever. Again, I hope you all enjoyed that video, folks. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I already said this, what the fuck am I saying? So yes! The sky is up, and you guys are awesome! I'll see you all in the next episode. Cheerio!